if you don't have an intention, then you're not giving direction to the flow of the ship, and you're not guiding and directing the rudder. And if you don't have an intention, the possibility is the highest that you are focused on that which you do not desire. To have an intention is the highest way to know that you are focused on that which you desire. Whether it's just to have fun, whether it's just for everything's to work out in the highest manner, or you have a specific outcome that you are desiring. Hello and welcome to this presentation of Consciousness Ascending. Today's channeling session is titled An Obvious Win. In today's session, we start with the question, what is your default setting? We discuss the importance of allowing events to fully unfold. And we discuss the question, what are you assuming? At the end of the presentation, be sure to check the description to get more information on free trainings, books, monthly interactives, and to see if you qualify for the all-inclusive incubator for aspiring conscious creators that we call the Ascension Accelerator. We are extremely excited for each of you, and we are excited to be of support. An obvious win. Do you expect to win? Do you expect to be successful? Do you expect for all things to work out in your favor? We doubt it. We doubt that that's your normal setting. We doubt that that is your default setting that is not the normal operating procedure for humanity. Humanity looks for fault. Humanity looks for potential dangers. Humanity has been conditioned through their evolutionary development, even though there are no saber tooth to watch out for, even though there are no dangerous animals to protect the tribe from anymore. You have been conditioned with these ideas and they persist. These survival type ideas and they persist. So even in your modern times, even in your developed societies with your technologies, you're still safeguarding yourself from dangers. Potential, looming, lurking dangers. You're still safeguarding yourself from damage, whether mentally, emotionally, physically. And as you grow and develop, especially for those of you who are aspiring to be powerful, conscious creators, who understand that they have an inner creative process, who understand that their thoughts and their feelings, their emotions equal in their overall energy signature of vibration is being expressed of them, whether they're conscious or unconscious of the fact, and it is being reflected in the mirror of experience. Those of you who understand that now understand that you must release these ideas of potential threats and dangers, potential failures, if you will, and begin to assume the states of being that expects in the highest, that expects to win, that expects success, that expects the highest, the most beautiful, the most brilliant, the most diamond-crusted outcomes. But you must understand that in the unfolding of an experience or an event, it may not look that way in the beginning. It may not look that way in the beginning. But you must allow it to play out. Even when it looks like it has played out, it may not have completely played out. Benny had an experience with a vehicle that he had serviced. And the place that he gets his vehicle serviced, he's been going there for over 20 years. And he's knows the people, they know him. He knows most of the service providers, maybe bar a few of the brand new ones, and they all know him. They know each other by name. They have conversations. Sometimes they have extended conversations. They talk to him about their families and their divorces and their happenings in life and their sicknesses and their mothers and all of these things. But he took a vehicle to be serviced, and he brought it home. It was supposed to be fixed, It still had some challenges. He took it back. He brought it back. It was supposed to be fixed. It still had some challenges. And he began to intend in the highest, and he began to see the vehicle. It's an older vehicle, but he began to see the vehicle with bright light around it, around the outside, bright light around all of the parts. And he began to claim that everything was back to working optimally and that everything that was needed to be found was found. And over a period of time, over a period of separate visits, the vehicle's back to perfect operating condition. Now, some of you and many would have been bothered after a few visits, upset maybe, went to a new place, began to think that they were being taken advantage of and all of these things. And oftentimes you can begin to assume failure. You can begin to assume wrongdoings, or you can begin to assume that things are not working out. And in that moment, you begin to move in that direction in your experience, because that is where your attention and your focus is. So many are focused on that which they do not desire. And they are baffled by why they come in contact with it with a level of consistency. But Benny continued to assume in the highest. He knows the people. They know him. And he knows that they were doing their absolute best, and through process of elimination, they would eventually find the issue, fix the challenge, and things would be back into their highest form as he was intended. And that's exactly what would happen. Sometimes, in the initial unfolding, it doesn't look like you want it to look. But the story has not been completed. You have not gotten to the last page. You must allow it to continue to play out. Be in the highest, continue to resonate in the highest, and intend in the highest, and allow the inspiration of the next and the next and the next to play out, and be able to act on those inspirations. Whether it's taking the vehicle back to the same place or another place, you do it in love. Whether it's call this person or don't call this person, you do it in love, in the highest vibration, in the highest frequency. Whether you go to the store or don't go to the store in this very moment, you do it in love. Whether you call the manager about a happening with a employee or not, you do it in love. Whether you call your sister or your brother or your parents and you talk to them about what happened and how it made you feel, or you don't, you do it in love. And you expect in the highest that which you intend. But if you don't have an intention, then you're not giving direction to the flow of the ship, and you're not guiding and directing the rudder. And if you don't have an intention, the possibility is the highest that you are focused on that which you do not desire. To have an intention is the highest way to know that you are focused on that which you desire. Whether it's just to have fun, whether it's just for everything to work out in the highest manner, or you have a specific outcome that you are desiring. But back to the initial premise, are you expecting in the highest? Are you expecting success? Are you expecting the highest outcomes for you? And do you understand that as the story unfolds, you have to make sure that you don't get caught in the pages when the story has not completed itself, when the story is not over. There may be bumps in the road before the story is over. Can you cross those bumps in the highest vibration and continue to look down the road to the end, to the finish line? We feel as though you understand that which we are trying to convey. Look to your life. Notice and see those areas and those experiences where, if you can recount them, where you allowed the story to continue to play out. And even though in certain moments it didn't look all of that great, the end of the story was exactly what you were intending. Now, you may have to look at this in a manner where there was an experience of the unfolding of that which you did not desire. This is oftentimes that happens in relationships. Things look perfect. Things look beautiful. This is the perfect woman for me. This is the perfect guy for me. But then as the story continues to play out, the relationship begins to crumble. But in truth, the story unfolded completely in the direction of that which you were intending, where you were focusing on that which you do not desire, where you were unconsciously expressing pain, the absence of acceptance, the absence of joy, the absence of self-value and self-worth, the absence of beauty, the absence of love. And you were looking for it in another person, looking for it in the individual, looking for them to show you and give you the love that you are void of within yourself, that you do not give yourself, that you choose and do not allow yourself to express. And therefore the story started off beautiful, looking like exactly what you wanted it, but it ended in the way that you were expecting, unconsciously, in the way that you were truly resonating. You may have to look at that and see how perfection and precision of the inner creative process is always in motion. And once you see that, then you can turn it. Then you can look inside and establish those ideas that you are intending and begin to be that which you are intending to experience, to the point where you can watch the story play out from beginning to end. And even if there's rocks on the path, even if there are caverns on the path that you must jump over, even if there is roaring water that you must cross or swim through, you know that, and you are expecting that the end of the story is exactly what you are intending. And you expect it wholeheartedly. You intend it wholeheartedly, and you do not give any inkling of energy to anything other than that outcome, than that intention. This is what you must know. This is what you must understand. And as you move through this process of growth and development, if you desire to accelerate the process, for those of you who are playing and practicing with true transformation, we look for you in the Ascension Accelerator. We are thankful, grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We're here for you from our non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, offering that which we know will transform your life. We honor you. We celebrate you, and we love you. We love you. We love you.